Hey, Onion here, continuing our playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV Online. This is Heavensward. We're starting still in 3.0 and quests level 52. This is all text to audio, so we get to hear everything that is printed and not just voiceovers and cutscenes. Please enjoy. Thanks for joining.
You are Onion, yes. Pray address me as you sail if you wish. 'Tis passing strange, is it not, that fate should bring us together thus? Never did I think to walk alongside the warrior of light. But history is full of such unexpected alliances. Shall we make our way into Dravania, then? The chill of the western highlands is unrelenting, and I would sooner be under the sheltering canopy of the Chocobo forest.
The great mountain range that spans the continent of Aldenard from east to west. Into the deepening shadows of Som-Al, where lies the ancient home of dragonkind. To a land where the soil slithers and the skies seethe with sinuous shapes, they came.
We now stand on the threshold of Dravania. The path to Som-Al will take us far to the west, beyond the embrace of the forest's branches. It will be a long and demanding journey. Might I suggest that we take our rest at the village up ahead, and see that we are properly provisioned?
There is a village here? But I thought these lands the sole domain of dragonkind. Why would anyone choose to live in so perilous a place?
The wild chocobos. Tailfeather was built by hunters who make their living capturing and selling the beasts. Their leader, Marschamp, is an acquaintance of mine. Being a gregarious sort, he will no doubt welcome our arrival. And he will also possess more recent knowledge of the road we seek to travel. I trust there are no objections.
Only to this ceaseless chatter. If we are to meet this acquaintance of yours, let us do it before Ishgard burns.
Well, tan my hide and call me Leatherface, we have visitors. Oh, and if it ain't the lovely sail. It's been too long, girl.
That it has, Marschamp. That it has. My companions and I are on a pilgrimage to Som-Al. Might we stay in Tailfeather a while, and prepare for the next leg of our journey?
Of course, stay as long as you like. In fact, I wouldn't suggest leaving the forest at all. The dragons have been absolutely bleeding murderous of late.
Forgive me, sir, but I am not sure I understand. Do the dragons not bother you here in the forest?
Bother us? Did Ysayle not explain things to you, boy? You've seen them towering Calum trees all about, haven't you? If you were flying above the canopy, you'd barely be able to see the ground. And as you'd expect, the local wildlife's canny enough to stay hidden beneath the leaves, which is why the dragons do their hunting elsewhere, and we can do ours in peace.
I see. Thank you for the explanation.
You're welcome. Now, I know it won't stop Ysayle here, but dragons ain't the only things you'll need to keep an eye out for. Especially if you're set on heading west.
This is where we start taking the gear, because this server that I am on does not have gear at this level for sale. So it's worth 30, 40, 50k, as where 5 silver pieces is only worth 2,500.
I dare say you're wondering what could possibly be worse than dragons, eh? Well, I'll tell you, the bloody Gnath. They're what you might get if you crossed an antling with a megalocrab and taught the thing how to walk on 2 legs. They never used to stray far from their hives out of fear of the dragons, but they've gotten a lot more aggressive of late, sending out war parties from moms in all directions. They've even taken to harassing the Dravanians in their own lairs, if you can believe it. And when they venture into the forest, which is more and more, by the way, they certainly ain't afraid to come after my lot. I can only imagine how much worse it'd be closer to the Gnath's home territory.
Twould seem that much has changed in Dravania. The Gnath were not wont to cause such strife when I lived here.
You lived here? In Dravania?
Aye, 'twas in the time following the calamity. My family was dead, my home was gone, and and I had fled from the bitter cold into these lands. I knew not the paths of the forest then, and wandered out from under the protection of its boughs. That was when I chanced upon Herez Velgar. He had descended from his mountain lair to hunt for food. My exhausted mind could not contend with the sight of the majestic worm, nor the vision of the past his presence visited upon me. Thankfully, Marschamp found my unconscious form at the edge of the trees, and nursed me back to health. And in Tailfeather I remained for some time.
Hence your familiarity with the locals. But I interrupted you. You were saying these Gnath were once a peaceful people?
Peaceful would not be the most fitting description. They are a fiercely territorial tribe, and any who intrude upon their domain are attacked without hesitation or quarter. Outside the borders of their homeland, however, they were rarely hostile. Indeed, we were even able to trade with them on occasion.
They have changed, then. What of it? We have not the time to creep through the underbrush on some roundabout route. I say we make straight for Somal and crush any unruly insect we meet underfoot.
A more direct path, then. Very well. Let us first follow the trail west out of the forest, and make for the statue of the Stained One. From there, we should have a fair view of the road that leads to Somal. Shall we?
Should we chance to meet Marschamp again, remind me to thank him. Had he not warned us to expect the Gnath, I doubt I would be standing here. Amid ruins that I would tentatively describe as Ishgardian, the style, if not quite identical, betrays a definite resemblance.
You have a scholar's eye, Master Alphino. This structure is, in fact, over 1,000 years old. It is a remnant of the age when our ancestors and dragonkind lived together in peace.
Humph. You claim this as evidence of our harmonious past. I was taught that these buildings were constructed by heretics, in honor of your Dravanian masters. This rubble inspires no such awe in me.
Stubborn fool. How desperately you cling to the false teachings of your beloved Holy See.
Enough. Both of you. You threaten the success of our mission with this incessant squabbling. Onion, pray reason with these two. Gods above, even Onion has lost patience with you. We have a common goal, lest you forget, to prevent a war which will claim countless lives on both sides. If we are to accomplish this, you must learn to tolerate each other's presence. Trust in Onion's gift. In time, the secrets of history will be brought to light. Let that be enough, Estinian.
You would have me keep my counsel until Onion's visions confirm the truth. Very well. But bait me not.
Our meeting with Herez Velgar will likely provide the catalyst Onion's gift requires, as it did mine. Let us press on. Spy you the three great towers to the west? Ishgardians know them as Enix Trine. The place serves as a roost for Herez Velgar's lesser kindred. If we are to reach the peak of Somal, then we must first beseech these dragons to open the way. But do not be disheartened, the one who leads them is a friend. Of rather more concern is the disposition of the Gnath. Let us survey the approach to the towers, and see if the path is clear. "'Tis as I feared, the road ahead is teeming with Gnath soldiers.
Marschamp did not exaggerate, then. These beastmen have grown brazen indeed if they would threaten the dragon so openly. Do they intend to assault the lair itself?
I pray they do not. Mighty though my Dravanian friends are, they are yet vulnerable to the Gnath's muskets. There is no route save the one before us should the beastmen offer battle. We have no choice but to accept. I take no pleasure in killing the Gnath. 'Twas to avoid bloodshed that I agreed to join you on this journey. Well, it cannot be helped. We may proceed into the courtyard together, but leave the task of hailing its occupants to me. And keep your lance on your back, dragoon.
On my word to the warrior of light, I shall start no fight, only finish it.
You truly are beyond salvation. Come, then.
Vidofnir!
Ah, 'tis thee, little one. From above I did mistake thee for a Gnath. 'Tis well I chanced to look again, or thou wouldst now be ash.
Dear Vidofnir, how I have missed you. Would that I had come sooner, and not out of dire necessity.
Thou art troubled. Speak that I might know thy plight. Thou wouldst have father admonish his brood brother.
I would end this war without further bloodshed.
How am I to believe thee, little one, when thine own companion beareth Nidhogg's stolen eye?
Have care, dragon, or I shall gouge out one of yours.
You forget yourself, sir. We are here on a mission of peace.
My sire's will forbiddeth me from inviting discord to our home. 'Tis for this reason and no other that thou still drawest breath, knight.
Vidofnir, please. We must be allowed to convey our intentions to Hraesvelgar in person, with words of our own choosing. Grant us this favor, and open the way to Som Al.
Thou hast ever been welcome, little one. But I cannot grant thy wish. I am bound to remain here, and protect my kin from the Gnath's god.
The Gnath have summoned a primal.
Pray excuse my forwardness, but if we were to eliminate the threat to your territory, would you consent to Lady Izel's request?
Ha! Dost thou imagine thyself equal to the task? To succeed where dragons have failed? 'Tis beyond thee, mortal. But thou art welcome to try, nonetheless. Only know that idle promises shall avail thee naught.
It would seem we have no choice but to make good on Alphino's offer. Why must our every bid for peace breed yet more war?
So, the Gnath have summoned their god. And thus is the mystery of their newfound belligerence laid to rest.
Are you not glad, Lady Iceheart? I thought you would applaud them for summoning a primal to further their own ends. After all, you did.
I did not reach out to Saint Shiva to further mine own ends. I desired her strength only to forge anew the peace between man and dragon. But what a fool I am to speak of peace to you, a bloodthirsty savage who murders without thought or compunction.
Enough. Enough, I say. If the Gnath have truly brought forth their deity from the ether, we must face it together or watch our hopes fall apart. All now rests upon this primal's defeat, but ere we think of confronting it, we must first study its origins. What is the nature of this god? What manner of faith sustains its existence?
My apologies. You are right, of course. Let us return to Tailfeather and consult with Marschamp. He knows more of the Gnath and their culture than most.
Oh. Back already, are we? Met the Gnath, did you? And what is it you'd like to? Summoned a primal, you say? 7 hells. Well, I don't know bugger all about Gnath religion, if I'm honest. Beyond their trade and habits, there never seemed much point in asking, but it shouldn't be that hard to find out. From time to time, we barter with a small hive to the north and west of here, outcasts from the main tribe, from what I understand. I reckon they'd be willing to tell you a bit about themselves, if you give them the right incentives.
That sounds promising. And what exactly would a Gnath consider to be the right incentives?
Oh, nothing your average hunter couldn't scrounge up in a day or two. But seeing as you're in a hurry, you might want to divide the chores amongst yourselves. You'll want a good-sized jar of landtrap nectar, a basket of kalim tree fruit, and, always a Gnath favorite, a generous portion of young Nunca flesh.
I shall gather the fruit, leaping to the lower branches of these forest giants should present little challenge to me.
Then I shall collect the nectar, with Master Alphino's arcane assistance.
And that leaves you to bring home the meat. You'll need to carve it from the smaller Nankas that live in the rivers. 3 big hunks should be enough, I reckon. Once you've got everything together, you'll need to set it down at what we call the trade-in post. Here, I'll mark the spot on your map for you.
You have been most kind, Master Marshchamp. Well, then. Let us attend to our respective tasks, and reconvene at the trading post. I need hardly add that the last one there is a rotten Nanka egg. I was able to gather a goodly amount of nectar from the land traps, though I would not have known how to harvest it without Sail's help. Do you have the Nanka meat? Splendid. I shall put this with Estinian's fruit and assemble a suitably generous-looking hamper for the Gnath. Well, everything appears to be in order. Assuming no one has any objections to my choice of presentation, I shall place our offerings at the trading post as instructed. Were I of the Gnath, I think I would be suitably impressed. Well, how long must we wait? Should we have sounded a signal or some such?
Calm yourself, Master Alphino. Our offering has not gone unnoticed.
Long has it been since hunters last came to trade, bearing gifts that filled the air with such delightful scents.
Landtrap nectar, Sealam tree fruit, and Nanka flesh.
What delectable foods you have brought for us. Our meager existence is much enriched by your bounty. Come, hunters. Come to our hive if you would trade. Cramped and stifling our homes are, but the rancid incense keeps the dragons at bay.
Cramped, stifling, and horribly smelly.
But better to live in stench than be cracked and crunched by dragon jaws, yes? Come, come, it is not far. Your presence has been announced to the storyteller. You must speak to our chosen leader in words, for we are Vet. We are the non-mind. Welcome to our hive, hunters. You have brought delicacies much sought after by our people, and we are much pleased. What would you have in return?
Honored Elder, pray allow me to begin by thanking you for welcoming us into your home, and for accepting our humble offerings. My companions and I are come in search of knowledge, specifically, knowledge of your people's god.
Knowledge alone? What strange hunters you are. But if it is words you desire, then words you shall have. We are the Vet, the non-mind, and to speak is our fate. You will hear the tale of the Gnath's god, of the god the one mind summoned into our midst.
The one mind these are the Gnath who reside in the main colony?
Yes, they are one. Connected. But let us begin the story at its beginning. Some moons ago, a single dragon flew in from the east, bleeding and weak. It fell from the sky and into the hive, where it was swarmed by my brethren. And with spear, and spell, and musket, the dragon was slain.
'Twas likely one that had fled battle with my kinsmen. I should commend you for finishing the job.
Dragons are fierce and terrible adversaries. The one mind would always cower when their winged shadows passed over the ground. But no longer, they had learned that a battle-weary Dravanian was easy prey. Thus did the Overmind decide to heed the words of the black-robed men. The one mind would call forth our god, and unleash his blades upon the dragons. Dravanian lands would become Gnath lands, and ever larger would grow our domain. But our god ever hungers. The price he demands in crystals far exceeds the rewards for this war. We of the Vet despise and revile his insatiable existence.
Alright, that wraps up all the main story quests, level 52. We're going to pause here, back in 53. And see if we can get cut a rock and saw them all done. Thanks for joining.